welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and of course, you know where I am by now. I'm at the Mariposa restaurant. It's Mexican cuisine. It's absolutely fabulous here. And of course, it's on Sahara and Decatur, right on the corner. Can't miss it. My first two guests are heavyweights. They lift weights and everything. I don't know if I've ever had anybody that lifts weights. Maybe they'll start lifting me around. I'm probably like a little lightweight. Am I a lightweight?
Yes, you are.
He hasn't even lifted me yet, and I'm already a lightweight. Am I lightweight mentally or lightweight in weight?
The weight.
Okay, I'm glad we clarified that. I have Hratchia.
Hratchia, yes.
And also I have Hakop. Now this is father and son, and your last name is Arakelian.
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 Yes.
I got it. I'm hopeless at last names. That's why I never use them. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely. Well, I've never had people that lift weights, and also have you've won so many awards, both of you. That's one thing I do know. I don't pre-interview my guests, so I really don't know what's going on. But that's everyday life. But you both lift weights.
Yes, we are.
And so you've been doing it since probably before your son was born.
Yes, I was age of 11. I started to do weightlifting back in Armenia, and here I continue doing powerlifting. And in this time already I got 13 Guinness World Record.
13 Guinness World Records?
Yes, and I got several.
That's better than anybody in the entire world.
Yes, something.
He's
like
something like that.
He's
so modest, the modest guy. And what about your son? How many records do you have?
And I started when I was around 14, 15 years old.
Yes.
And I have 3 records right now.
You have 3 Guinness records?
Yes.
And does this categorize as age, obviously, because you've got for your age and you've got
You have to be over 16 to be able to
You have
compete.
to be over 16 to get
and
in
you
there.
can compete.
And you can compete. Now, do you compete against each other? I'm not quite sure.
Actually, in June 4th, here in Las Vegas, in a powerhouse gym, I'm gonna do my 14th, and he's gonna do his 4th world record. We're gonna do both together, but it's gonna be different world records. I'm gonna do in a 1 hour, and my son he's gonna do in a 1 minute. Because we want to compete
well,
together.
Hang on a second. 1 hour is a long time compared to 1 minute. So
yes,
let's clarify this whole thing. You do yours only because he's younger, I believe. No,
we don't want to compete together. That's all.
Yeah, you don't want to compete together. No, and it's father and son.
Yes.
So you're going to do yours in 1 hour. Why does yours take 1 hour to do?
He's gonna
well,
start
there's
first.
a specific, each time limit has a specific amount of weight you have to reach.
Oh, okay.
So for mine, I have to reach at least 12,000 pounds in total collected.
12,000 pounds. I can't lift 1
under,
pound.
in under 60 seconds. And for
So
his...
you have to lift this up, and you actually
You're
get
gonna
on
put it on
your
your shoulders.
On my
and
shoulders.
squat.
Oh, you start on your shoulders, so you start standing up,
Yeah.
and you have to push this thing all the
No,
way up.
you squat.
Oh,
You do a
those
squat all the way down.
That's
back
even
up.
worse. I can't do any squats. I'm with all that weight. Holy shoot. You must have to rehearse or do this all the time, to get your body in shape.
It takes a lot of training. But
A lot of training. So how old are you now?
I'm 18.
He's only 18, so you've only been doing it 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to ask how old you are unless you want to volunteer your time.
I'm 52.
You're 52.
Yes.
52, and he's still in the
I'm in
Guinness
the US
Book.
national team also.
And, you're
for the power.
and the national team. Now, is this your living?
No,
Is this-
I work. He works, and he's getting ready to go to the different work, go to the classes. But this is our hobby, and we love
This
to
is
do
just
this.
a hobby.
And we got our own gym in our house, so every day after work, both of us we're going to our own gym in the house, and we do workout at least minimum few hours. You do longer, but I do hour and a half, 2 hours.
You do 1.5 to 2 hours. Can you both work out together in the same area? It's big enough to work out together because you can use different things and everything else. Now, did you want your son to come into the same?
Actually, everything before when he was a little kid, I was doing again his workout every single day.
Yes.
And as a kid, he was sitting in the room and he's watching me. And little by little, he started to do light weights. I don't say nothing to him, and then few years, he started
I'm
to do.
going to
Can
try
I do it
this.
too?
I'm going to try
One
this.
day I was in a work,
slowly.
And he called me. He goes, I did this much weight. I said, don't do too heavy. It's not.
You could
right
pull
for
a
you.
muscle or you could strain yourself.
And he started
like
to
that.
work out. And little by little, I teach him a little. After he goes by himself.
So you
And he
didn't
got
make him
fit.
do this. You
I don't
did
make
this,
him. He's the one who
You did
loves
this
that.
on your own.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Because normally, dads want them to be a doctor and a lawyer and a weightlifter.
And now he got 3 world records. In
Now
age
you
of
have
18.
2 world records.
3 of them.
3 world records. Now, what are you going to do with your 3 world records? Where does that kind of put you, obviously, in the world?
Well, hopefully, maybe in my mid to late 20s, I can go to Olympics.
Good.
So
Oh,
that's
you've
my goal
got-
for.
To bring the medal to the US.
Now, have you
Or
ever
maybe
done
a few medals.
a few medals? Yeah, you can have a few on that. Have you ever been to the Olympics or done the
I've
Olympics?
never been Olympics. I've been in World Championships.
You've been the World Championships, and you've
Never
become
in
a
Olympics.
you are a world champion, obviously.
Yes.
Amazing. When you got your first one, what was your challenge? What was you went in there and I don't know if there's a big
In the beginning, I was a weightlifter, like I said, back in Armenia. And when I moved over 30 years ago, I was living in Boston. And it was really hard. I started to work several jobs to survive. And after like 6-7 years, I just lose all my body shape and stuff. I start to go back to start to work out little by little. And when I moved over to California in 2006, I applied first. I heard one of my friends about the Guinness World Record office in London. So we applied for it. We get the paperwork.
So you have to apply for
Yeah, we
this
need to
whole thing.
apply
It
to
just
the
doesn't
London.
happen.
We get approved from
You
them,
have to
so
be
we can
approved.
do
And
the
you had to
record.
get approved as well.
Yes. And after in 2006, I did my first Guinness World Record in California,
Were you
City of Glendale.
surprised? Were you
And
surprised that you
I was
kind
so happy for
No, but
I
you
got the
lived
Guinness
in
World
Glendale.
Record.
All the Armenians live in Glendale in
I
California.
don't live
right?
in Glendale.
Not now. Now you
Yeah.
live here. Yeah.
No, I live in California, but not in Glendale.
Oh, not in
I live in
Glendale
a different
anymore.
city.
Okay.
In Glendale, I broke the world record.
You broke
The
the world
first one.
record. Yeah.
And it goes from there. I got 13 of them
Up
after
and
that.
up and up. And what do you do as an everyday job? What is your business?
I am an armed officer. I do
armed
the
officer?
escorting, like armored trucks and all different kind of
Oh,
stuff.
really? Do you have is it a business you have, or
No,
is
it's
it
not a
just,
business.
just
It's
you?
a work.
It's just
I
a
work
work.
for
You
the
work for a
company.
company.
Yeah. For
Wow,
agency. And he
you
does-
could sort anyone out. I mean, don't ever come, don't come close to him. Don't say the wrong word. You'll get a bunch of 5s. Have you ever, in your work, had to sort of confront anything really, really sort of bad, or like
Not
do you do
really.
armored trucks that pick up money and different things like that?
No, it's not the money. It's different kind of stuff, like transportation.
Transportation. Oh, okay.
But I like it.
You enjoy it,
I like my job, what I do.
and you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
20 years. Wow. And what about you?
Currently I work at a real estate office.
Oh, you're in real estate.
Trying
How's it
to-
going?
Well, it's going.
It's good. Should be going very well.
Hopefully soon.
Are you in housing or commercial?
Neither actually. Right now I'm just like an office manager sort of.
Oh, you're
For
an
the-
office manager.
yeah,
Well,
for
yeah,
the
because you're
companies.
quite young yet.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I'm working towards my real estate license,
Okay.
and I'm also working toward IT tech. See, I'm trying to branch out into different
Different-
areas to see what works.
Do you think that the real estate business is going to go more into the tech side of it? Because there's a lot of it's moving kind of that way, into the technical side of it.
Yeah, a
tech.
lot of things are being done like online, and especially during COVID, like everyone was
Yeah.
forced to use everything through
You buy a
computers.
house online.
and-
I mean, everybody wants to look at a house,
Yeah.
right?
Without seeing the
Everything's
house,
done
you're
over a
purchasing
phone
the
call.
house.
Yes, you just purchase it.
It's
You have.
horrible. I don't like that way. I like to
Well,
go
you and
personally
I
see
are a little
the
bit old
place.
fashioned. We're old fashioned,
Yeah.
but the younger generation, just buy it online. But how do you know they're not showing you everything? Well, legally they have to, because I know that.
Yeah, the customer can request to see the property in person,
Yes, but
And-
but when, as you said, COVID,
but
they
a
could
lot
not
of
do that.
a lot of people don't actually.
They
just-
don't.
Yeah.
So if there's something wrong, they will complain.
I don't like that.
No, I'd
I
like
have
to
to
see
be
what I
personally-
buy. It's like going and buying a
Yes.
dress, and I don't buy online. Actually, I'm one of those worst people. I don't do anything. I like to see. I like to touch
Physically
and
touch
feel.
and feel it. I
Yeah, that's
forget it.
because of the older generation. That's what we don't like to admit it, but the younger generation is all computer. Do you buy everything online? And
I don't buy anything online.
oh, you don't?
Me too. I don't like doing anything online.
Really?
If I don't see it in person, then I won't get it or I won't buy it.
So what are your goals? Because I love the younger generation. Your goals are to become, you are already a 3-time champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
My goal is to, within the next decade, to be in the Olympics.
So it's going. You think it? Why would it take you a decade to do that?
Because I want to be 110% that I'm going to get the gold medal.
I like that. That's cool. Well, you're pretty well near there anyway, isn't it?
It's a little different for Olympics. Is
he the only child?
Yes.
Oh, that's unusual for Armenians. Usually they have an army.
No, it's
one-man army.
a one-man army.
One man
Yeah,
and enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
more than
And so you can give him everything that you possibly can give
Of course.
him. So what do you feel about him going into the Olympics?
I got his back
100%.
100%, more than 100%.
More than
Anything he
100%.
needs, I always gonna be.
So you don't live in Vegas, you live in Los Angeles now?
We live in Los Angeles, but we trying to move over. Hopefully by end of the year, we're gonna get the house here.
You're going to
move
buy
over.
a house here?
Yes.
What is the reasoning for that? A better house?
Everything goes so expensive in California. Way too expensive. I mean, here it's expensive too, but it's not
Well,
the same.
getting is expensive, but it's
it's
still
not the
nothing
same.
like. It's nothing like
California.
California.
Just in the morning, we fill up the gas over there for $7.
$7.
Over here,
Didn't it go
it's
down
like-
today?
Over here is like $4 something.
It's $4.29, $4.30
Yeah,
now.
but again, it's like $2, $2.50, $3
Well, I think
difference.
it's coming down. Yeah, that's a big difference, though. And
Yeah.
then you have to drive out here, so you have to
We
make
fill
sure.
up like almost $180 to the full tank to get here. Before it take us like $70,
$75,
$75,
yeah,
something like that.
$75, yeah.
It's getting way too expensive.
So
living in
also
California.
food is expensive, so you're seeing a lot of expense.
That's why we just wanna move over
Yeah, just yeah.
to get
And it's a
house
different
here.
environment too.
Do you like the idea of moving to Vegas?
I do, yeah. It's I like the environment here a lot more than California. Honestly, it's a lot calmer here.
Yeah, the younger
People
generation are
are-
loving Vegas, I can tell you.
And it's not the Vegas part. Just the people here on it. They seem more
Flexible,
enthusiastic.
nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got different attitude.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't sat in the traffic for 2 hours and paid $7 a gallon.
Yeah.
They're feeling much happier, though we don't like what we pay. But anyway, so you've both got yourselves very well sorted out. So what's your next move now? What's your next champion coming up? You said
In
it's
June 4th,
June
in
4th,
Powerhouse Gym in Las Vegas.
Powerhouse Gym in Las Vegas.
I believe it's gonna be around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the day.
12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and you go in
And
for an
everybody
hour
welcome
test.
to come and see. It's gonna be live.
Can you?
new
Do you
Guinness
have,
World
do you
Record.
have the address? Probably not.
Address, I believe
Doesn't
like,
matter.
no, it's a Powerhouse
There's
Gym
a
in Las
powerhouse
Vegas.
gym in Las Vegas. You can't miss it.
It's
When
only
you
one.
move here, will you open your own gym up as well?
That's one of my wishes.
One of
to
your
get
wishes. Well, let's make sure his wish comes true. How can
Okay.
how can anybody reach you? How can anybody reach you?
You reach me through my Instagram,
Which is what? Hakop?
which is M3P_Hakop.
MP3?
M3P
N3P.
_Hakop.
And mine is Hratch, HRATCH_16.
So if you can reach them at any time and come and make sure you see them on June the 4th at Powerhouse.
Get a new world record.
I get a new world record. I think it's what I do love about the two of them, not a father and son, which is great, but you're not competing against each other. You've both got your separate.
There's no competition.
There's no competition.
You
Isn't
can
that
compete
wonderful?
with some other people all over around the world.
What would you
It's-
advise as a father for somebody like us that has a son that would like to go into this? What would you advise them?
It's the best thing to work out with your own kid. It's like, I don't know, I love it. And it's no words.
No
it's
words.
really, really good thing to
And
work
it also
with my
keeps
own
the kids
son.
off the gang without and not going
And
into
you
the
always
gangs.
feel younger. Work
You
out
feel
with
younger
him.
with your working. Yeah.
Of course.
See, you make your dad feel young. You make me feel so young. All right, be quiet. What would you like to say to the younger generation? Because you're in the younger generation of starting something like this
Yeah.
and accomplishment.
The hardest thing, honestly, is getting started. But once you can find the dedication to get started, you're pretty much set from there. It's almost like an addiction. It becomes an addiction. So you have to just push yourself if you want to get in shape, if you want to start working out, or it goes with anything really. It's the first 2-3 weeks of pushing yourself to do it every day, and after that you'll will pretty much become like a thing in your head that you just have to do it, and you always do
Work
it,
out
and not
and go.
forcing yourself, and you
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds wonderful. Now,
without forcing.
do you always have to
It
do
comes
the
naturally.
weights like this, or do they have other weight things in these?
We have everything in the house. We do all kind of training.
Lifting up,
Everything,
lifting
up,
down, push-ups,
everything.
everything. They do the whole
Everything.
bit. Yes, just like I do every single day.
I
And you know I don't, right? I don't have any muscles.
can see that.
I love it, I love it. Thank you both for coming on. Great
Thank you
guest.
for having us
something
here.
very, very different, and I absolutely love it. 2 Guinness World Records. It's amazing for the younger generation and the middle generation. I'm not going to say older, because you're not older yet.
Thank you.
We will be right back with our next guest, and thank you for watching. I know that we're streaming and everything is live out there, and sometimes there's a little interference with the speech and everything else, but don't worry about that. That's just live. That's just how it goes. We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.